Today is my birthday and I am turning 42. Instead of letting that number make me feel old, I have decided that today I'm going to celebrate that number by sharing 42 things that I have learned in my life so far. Hi, I'm Megan and welcome back to Moments That Matter. Hi friends, welcome back. So today is my birthday. I am 42 years old. For some reason, 40 didn't really freak me out, but I feel like every year that I get away from 40 reminds me that someday I'm gonna be 50. But that's okay, that's just how life goes, right? In reflecting this week about my life and what possible wisdom could I share in the 42 years that I've been alive, and I've decided that this falls in the category of things that matter. So it totally makes sense to share this on my Moments That Matter YouTube channel. Now, I share these things not because I feel like I've arrived at some stage of life where now I'm old and wise and that I have wisdom to share with the world, because I definitely haven't figured everything out. In fact, I'm very far from that. The older I get, the more I learn how much I don't know and how much I still need to learn. When I was 20, I thought that I had pretty much everything figured out. And now that I'm 40 plus 2, I know for sure that I don't have anything figured out. But I definitely have learned some things over the years, big and small lessons that have shaped me and have turned me into the person that I am today, whether that is good or bad. But it definitely has changed the way that I see the world and the way that I show up to life every day. So I'd love to share them with you, and I'd love to hear from you. What have you learned in your life so far? Take a second to reflect on however many years you've been alive. Take a second to reflect, and what are some of the biggest lessons that you've learned, things that you know to be true based on your life experience? I would love to hear what they are in the comments. Please share. I always love to learn from other people, and I love these types of discussions, real life experience and things that we've learned. That's what life is all about, right? So let's jump right into it. I have learned that no one knows how to do anything until they do it. This is one of my words of wisdom that I've shared with my adult children many times in the last few months. One of the secrets to adults is that adults actually don't know everything. In fact, no adult knows anything about anything until they do it. Everybody's got to do it for the first time. I've also learned about myself, and I think I maybe already knew this, but I've learned to accept this about myself and feel comfortable with it and comfortable acknowledging that I know that I'm capable of a lot. I am capable of doing a lot, but that doesn't mean that I have to do it all. I love solving problems and making plans. That is my happy place. I feel like I'm thriving when I'm making plans and trying to find solutions to a problem. But I've also learned that maintaining those plans is not necessarily my strength. I work very well under pressure, and I can learn to do almost anything if I put my mind to it and I find the right resources. Over the years, I've grown more introverted, which was surprising to me. I've always been a pretty outgoing person. And even though I like to talk a lot, I'm actually pretty introverted. And I think that's okay. I think extroverts are more often than not glorified and celebrated than introverts are. Being extroverted is a desirable quality, but it is okay to be introverted. And it's okay to not be involved and engaged all the time. My love language definitely is words of affirmation. I have learned that. And even if I don't want that to be my love language, it still is my love language. So it's important to know these things. And when it comes to my kids, I am fiercely protective. My mama bear side runs deep. Mess with my kids And it is going to be pretty hard for me to get over that. When I was younger, I thought that success was defined by outcomes. But now I know that success is way more about effort. I can't control others. I can only control how I react and how I show up. Success is about progress, not a destination. And true success is peace in knowing that I've tried my best, gave it my all, and that I'm still trying. I believe the only true failure in life is when you quit trying. I feel the most like myself when I immerse myself in things that I love. And I only have so much control over what I actually love. I can't make myself love things. I can learn to love things more than I did before, but the things that I'm truly passionate about, like they run deep. They are inside of me, and I can't ignore that. It doesn't just go away. So it's important to honor that. And I really thrive when creativity and structure come together. I am extremely creative when I'm given a certain framework and parameters in which I need to accomplish something. That opens the door of creativity for me. And I've learned that when I use my talents and I embrace that and play to my strengths, so to speak, I can really grow in confidence. My confidence really comes from using my talents. And I think that that's really important. Music has been one of the greatest gifts that God has given me. In fact, a couple years ago, I had a really sacred experience where God told me that He has given me the gift of music so that I can feel His love in my life. And that was really special. So I know that music is a gift that I have been given from God, and I'm super grateful for that. I've always known that I find joy in moving my body and using my body to accomplish tasks. But I've learned over the years that digging in the dirt specifically brings me a lot of joy. And feeling connected to the earth in that way helps me feel more connected to God. It brings a unique type of joy into my life that I need. I need to make time for plants. It grounds me, it brings me peace, and it reminds me that growth takes time. Motherhood has taught me the most about God. As a mom, I've caught a glimpse of what God's unconditional love must feel like. And I've learned that prayer brings peace, even in the middle, maybe especially in the middle of life's storms. When days are especially hard, I hold on to these two truths that are somewhat mantras of mine. It won't always feel like this, and everything is figureoutable. I've learned that overcoming doesn't always look like eliminating weaknesses. Sometimes it just means growing stronger and more patient. Life is a long process of learning. There's never a I arrived moment. Don't get discouraged. Progress is often slow. Be patient with yourself. I've learned that I don't have to be the best at something to be good at it. When I say that out loud, that's obvious, but it's actually something that I've struggled with through life. I've had a hard time being able to say something good about myself and truly and honestly feel it without having but I could be better, or but I'm not really that good at it, or but I'm not the best at it. So I've learned that being the best is not the same as being good at something. And even when I feel like I'm failing, the story is not over. I've also learned that there's no wrong way to grieve, and that there's many different types of grief. Grief can show up in unexpected ways and unexpected times. I don't owe anyone an explanation. It's okay to be private, and it's also okay to share. And in all of this, I've learned that it's important to be able to laugh at myself. My family doesn't need perfect me. They just need me. The best gift I can give my kids is to be their biggest cheerleader and to be a safe place for them to land. Teaching right from wrong matters, but love matters most. No one else can be the mom of my family but me. Relationships take time and patience, and they can't be forced. Everything meaningful takes time. There are no shortcuts for the things that matter most. And I've learned that the little things are actually the big things. A smile and eye contact can go a long way. A hug from my kids means everything. It's my favorite thing. And when someone in my family takes time to tell me what they appreciate about me, that really means the world. When I'm secure in myself, I connect with others more easily. And the older I get, I realize this. My role and my goal is not to be perfect. It's to show up as myself, truly myself. So those are my 42 lessons at 42. Some are small, some are big, but together they make up the life that I've lived so far. There were a lot of really great and really challenging moments that went into learning all of those lessons. And that's what makes life so beautiful. It's easier to say that in hindsight. I'm sharing these with you because we're all learning as we go. And maybe one or two of these lessons will resonate with you too. I kind of think we're all learning the same lessons in life. Like when it comes down to it, we all learn the same things. We're just learning them in different ways. I would really love to know, what's one lesson that you've learned in your life, whatever age you're at? Like if you were going to write, my name is Megan, and I have learned blank on your tombstone, if you died today, what would that be? And if you don't know that, take time to reflect it. Like I think that's a really cool exercise to think about. What are the things that you've learned that would be like a statement that summed up your life? Not what you've done, but what you've learned. As for me, I think it's maybe a tie between the two mantras of it won't always feel like this, or the story's not over, and everything's figureoutable. I think if I had to choose a phrase to put on my tombstone, it would be that. Everything's figureoutable. Thanks for being here with me today. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching and making time with me to capture the moments that matter. If you liked this video, think about subscribing and joining me next time. We can be friends.